passion. I've been on my haters. You could say I'm constipated. 5 racks on his fit just to stunt while I'm in Vegas. On my body, shout out to my Caleb Young.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Toronto Thunderbirds. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Looking left sideline, it's complete.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
And for that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that, but you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them.
Back to throw here. He sets to fuck. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. A huge play there for Houston. And even 40 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll go with a keeper. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard on the sneak, not what he was hoping for, and it's 3rd down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory?
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. It's their quarterback taking it in. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. The extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Perry. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And now out comes Houston. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
Back to throw now on 1st down. Buying time to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. 319.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Here we go now.
Back to throw. Flushed out right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Aaron Donald able to get outside the numbers and drop him for a loss of a yard. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Seated to my right, Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Toronto football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out.
Detroit! Detroit! Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw is probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They'll run it now out of the gun. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Gone, gone. All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll set up a throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit. Detroit.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Now, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And now out comes Houston. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yeah,
run what you do best.
Exactly.
Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Lucky 56. Gone.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he slings one that's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
56. Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now back to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll look to throw here. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Gone! Detroit!
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. He'll look to throw. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
All right, here we go.
They'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone.
He'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And that one results in 35 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Going for it all. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans will extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And here now the offense heading back out there. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game.
All right, here we go.
But you've got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10.
Gun! All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19! Leopard!
Back to throw now on second and 10. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. First down, he'll drop to throw. He'll find his man on the comeback route, complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Gun!
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
It's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. First and 5. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10.
Gone! Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Watch him now, Barney! Hot!
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Justin Reed. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. And that was a young pup, the rookie being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my mind to put me in a position to make a play.
Looking to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
They're going to look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Detroit!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, 1st down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Over, over, over. Over, over. Over, 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 over.
Back to throw here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete. Deontay Foreman, the intended target, out of the backfield. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 22, the 40, the 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked off that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out right at the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 29. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game, and so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Perry. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
They'll set up a throw, and that is incomplete.
Well, his struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. On the tackle there, Natrell Jamerson out of Wisconsin.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Lucky 56.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there limiting that and keeping him from the 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Well, it's another field goal, his 3rd of the game. Maybe not exactly what you're looking for, but does bring him level now.
I like how you put that in there that brings him level, right? Because if you're talking about kicking, bringing that soccer analogy in, I love that one. I love that one a lot. You don't want to go for it on 4th down and come away with nothing, right? Go ahead and kick the ball. Make sure you get some points. Even if it's a safe call, I think it's the right call.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. Being chased out left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side. And got his man complete. That one goes for 36 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on first down. Forced out to his left. Looking here for Smith downfield. In for the score. And the Texans have broken the tie. Well, he scrambled outside of the pocket, wondered what was going to happen there. He fired a dart. That's what happened.
He certainly did. Scrambled left, looked left, and then left it in the receiver's hands with some dispatch.
In the receiver's hands, in the end zone for the score. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him.
It's caught inside the 25. A big play there. 50. Six yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Welcome back to Toronto as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Leopard! Leopard! Hurry up, here we go! Blue 90! Blue 90! Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. His kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there. hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
And here comes the Texans now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flush to his right. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back foot. Pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now.
No, you can't do that at all. And I think one of the hardest things...
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now back out comes the offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point...
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get...
And the ball is knocked out, and the Texans scoop it. And some room to work. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Buying time to his left. Fighting him off. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Yeah, quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. It's the fullback from 19 yards away. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Kick the extra point, winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, They've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 39. And interesting there, a loss of 15 yards on the return, but the possession of the football is theirs as they take over. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 39. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Now back to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
He'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. The 12 yards that time and picking up the first. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. 319. 319.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to fire one deep, middle of... And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
They'll set up to throw. Pass incomplete.
I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. The Texans on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Gone.
He'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go. Oh, wide open, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Dancing to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
I like the play call. Roll him out. Give him a chance to run it or throw it. In this situation, he decided to fling it but couldn't find his man open.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Detroit!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit!
They'll look to throw again. Steps away to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14.
No. Check. Patriot. Leopard. All right, now, look at 56.
Fighting to stay upright. Being chased out left. That escapes the sack. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Aaron Donald in there for a milestone sack, number 150 in his great career as he continues to climb the all-time leaderboard. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal.
Gone!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Again. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And as a result, possession switches hands. Elsewhere, a fourth quarter score now from Tampa. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be their first of the young season. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, complete. That's Perry. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. 319. 319. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Set. 319. 319. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Hot. Hot.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th
All right, now,
down.
lucky 56.
So
Lucky
trailing here in the
56.
last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Let's go. 319. 319. Hot. Hot.
So the false start will back them up 5. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Gone, gone. Gone, gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot. Over, 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 over. Over, 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 over. Hot.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. He's got it with the 15. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Looking to throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off with great anticipation. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
Let's go! White, 90!
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And, partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Texans, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.